Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Disney Walk and Talk from Laughing Place. Today we're at Disney Springs with Jeremiah. Hi, Jeremiah.
Hi. Hi. Is this Kyle?
It is Kyle from a hotel room, so if my connection becomes bad at any point, I apologize in advance.
Which will always be fun because you're kind of the control center. Uh, yeah, we're here
Yeah,
at
well.
Disney Springs celebrating the last of the 12 days of Christmas, actually.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
No,
That makes
I
sense.
was just kind of told, hey, do a walk and talk from Disney Springs, so I'm down here. Uh,
Yeah,
I
12 Days of
did,
Christmas does start on Christmas. It's not
yep,
like leading up to it, so it would still qualify if
yeah,
my math is
no,
correct.
it is. We're just here at Disney Springs checking out the post holiday time. They haven't taken much of the stuff down. I was over at Epcot earlier today and they have taken down the Christmas tree there. But coming here from where I park, I saw many Christmas trees still up.
Interesting.
So when you're out next, are we going to go to eat and eat?
Maybe. I mean, I'd have to check their menu, but from what I've seen, I'm considering it. I'm purposely staying at a hotel that is close to Disney Springs because I know that I'm going to want to go there to get food.
Yes. That is always whenever I'd stay on property before I moved down here. That was always one of the things of like, oh, after the park, let me see, I can have pizza or pizza.
Mhm.
Santa's marketplace is no longer there because Santa had to go back home. But like I said, they have not changed any of the decorations as of yet.
Don't you think Santa should be available except for Christmas? Like he's pretty slow the rest of the
Yeah,
year. You think that's when he would go visit everybody and then like hunker down for Christmas time.
when I hung out with them this last time, I was like, "Yeah, it's the busy season." Like, no, not really. The elves do all the work. Like, okay, then what are you just doing? Hanging out here, just taking wishes? Okay, I get it.
Can I say some hellos? I forgot to earlier. I hope your power came back on. Tara or Tara. Sorry, I don't know how to say it exactly. Fred says greetings, and Caleb is here as well. Thanks for joining us. If you have any requests at Disney Springs, put them in the comments. We will attempt to get to them. Whoa, they have the full-size sandwiches?
Yeah, they have the
Like
cold.
France.
Um, well, it's just the cold is the 12-inch
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah,
Because yeah, uh, for people who don't know, there is an Earl of Sandwich in Disney Village in Disneyland Paris. And in addition to having like foot long, like double the size um, sandwiches, they have, I think, pizzas and salads and all sorts of stuff.
yeah. No, that I honestly every time I've gone to Disneyland Paris, I'm pretty sure I've eaten at Earl more than any other place because usually I'm in the hotels heading out that way, and it's a very
Mm.
convenient place to stop, much like
I get
McDonald's
the
for breakfast.
I get the La Frenchie, which has brie cheese on it, and then I feel like I'm doing France correctly, even though I'm definitely not.
I'm usually getting the
Uh,
cannonballs.
Fred is saying any Mickey and Friends t-shirts. I'm sure we'll run into some of those as we continue our walk and talk.
Yeah, we'll try to head into World of Disney and see what they have. We know how that goes at times. So let's go to the Void. Oh wait, or let's go to Bibbidi Bobbidi. Oh wait,
I've been to the Void twice, but not that Void. Never did that one. Never did the one in Disney Village or Disney. Wow, Downtown
man.
Disney.
Yeah, I did the one here. I think 4 times because they had to change. They didn't have the Ghostbusters like some of the other ones did, but they had Star Wars, and then they changed up for a different Star Wars. Actually, Mike and I, he was out here, and I was covering it for the media event, and then Mike, I had a spare spot, so Mike and I did it, which was fun to do because that wasn't a planned thing.
That's cool. I've done. I I did the Avengers one, and then a Wreck-It Ralph.
I think I did the Wreck It Ralph. I loved the Star Wars one because it was Rogue One, and it's impressive how virtual reality can be, especially when you have the space to move around. And when they had a
I know,
giant K2 there to touch, it was weird.
speaking of things that are closed, at some point we can go by the closed Sprinkles Bakery.
Yes, I planned out my walking patterns so we could see the two kind of newer things. Means we'll miss a little bit of Disney Springs, but it's okay. We can see most of it. And if you want to see it, you can go back and check out my Christmas tree stroll from, was that last week?
I don't know. But I will say I had a funny experience when I was traveling on Sunday. I was walking through the Dallas Fort Worth airport and I saw a Sprinkles ATM and there were still a few cupcakes in it. It says Bake Fresh Daily and I just kind of laugh. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, well, maybe I'll take a picture of this later and make that joke on Twitter. I walk all the way to the end of the thing. I walk back. It's like 5 minutes later, and there's somebody taking the ATM apart and
Oh, wow.
taking the stuff out. I'm like, oh my gosh, seriously? So I should have snapped a photo the first time. And then I know that was one here at the Vegas airport, but I was at a different gate, so I didn't get to walk past it like I normally do.
Yeah, that one kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I know they're not the first. You had what was the other one? What was the other like the rival one that closed years ago?
yeah, well,
I
all
wanted
of
to say
those.
Crumble, but that's the cookie place. I think it was called Crumbs
Yes, I think so.
because I think Crumbs was at the Americana and then Sprinkles opened a shop with an ATM there. But yeah, Crumbs cleared these things are kind of hot for a minute and then, you're all excited to go test out. Like it was more exciting to get the cupcake from an ATM and novel than anything. The
Yeah,
cupcakes themselves were fine, but not a place you're going to go every time, in my opinion.
no, and that's 20 years for that company is a good run.
Yeah.
And down here, that's been open, or that was open very close to the opening of Disney Springs. So it had a good run down here.
Yeah. I guess what's surprising is that they're just all of a sudden like closing every single store. You didn't
Yeah.
have that like long, we're closing 200 stores this year and another however many.
Oh, so we're at the co-op and we're looking at this merchandise line that, we just did an article about yesterday and the breakdown of everything and is there. But I love this Skyway plant. I mean, it's not an actual plant, but just the bucket is so,
Succulent.
yeah. I mean, I would almost get it, remove the inside and like do one of those projects. But this whole line is so cool. And it's funny because it's all for Disneyland 70th, but I think we covered it on this coast before Mike could get it out there. And look, the vault now has curtains up around it,
Wonder
which is,
why.
yeah, that was, D-Tech was there. And then when the Disney drop shop here opened, the vault that was here moved over there. And now, like, it looks like they're stripping the structures inside also. So we'll see what happens. Um, of course, this is the hot news, the drop shop with all of the blind boxes that everybody wants. We'll walk in here. I thankfully do not have the completest gene in me, so I don't need to come and get all of these. But those are 16.99 each. I had a problem with pins when they'd be in blind boxes.
Yeah. Blind boxes are dangerous, and that's a
Yeah,
lot for just a little figure, and you don't even. At least those ones are all Grogu, so you know you're gonna get a cute Grogu, whereas other ones are like, I want two of these, and the other
yeah,
four I don't like, or something like that.
yeah. Like the Star Wars set. Like I would love Ahsoka and Boba Fett, but I mean, I'd take any of them, but I would also probably end up buying two of them and getting both of Darth Maul. Um,
Probably.
they did have, and it does not look like they currently have them in stock, the garbage cans blind boxes, which those were ones that I would have problems with because when they leaked out earlier, I bought two of those. But that's
You know
only
what they
like a
said when they sold out of them?
what?
See you later, trash cans.
Excellent. Okay, these are funny. And there's
Yeah, those are
six.
those were a pin line that they sold individually on Disney Store, and then I guess they kind of repurposed them for a blind box collection.
Yeah, and they're only 12.99, so that's not bad.
Yeah, and I'd like any of those, so I'd be good with that. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
pick one up when I am there in a couple weeks.
yeah.
Al, we don't know who Al is, just for the record. The
Oh,
old D-Tech location is a big footprint if they wanted to blow it out or even combine it with the former Pets location that was adjacent to it.
yes, they've definitely that wall is gone. Um, yeah, and they've cut down where each one used to be their own individual thing. We have the drop shop and pretty much centerpiece, which is the homes goods, and then everything else is just a co-op. I do love this, and this is one of those things that I don't know if covering it for us would be worth it, but it's really cool. So it's Pain or Panic, and you drop your box, your mystery box, in to vote which your character you like.
Oh, that's interesting. So they're
Yeah,
just encouraging you to recycle.
yeah, and call out if you like Pain or Panic, which
That's
I
interesting.
find interesting because how many of those people, how many people
They're
know?
basically taking what shops use to entice people to tip. Have you ever seen those?
Oh yes,
And sometimes they'll stuff the ballot. They'll put money in the one that's less popular just
yeah.
to further get people to be like, "How is that winning? I need to give money so that they put it in the right side." Al
Now
says,
we
"What an
are
obscure use of papyrus font for the Pain and Panic display." Yes, we all know about papyrus.
now we're in the Arribas Brothers shop.
Someone at the co-op was like, "This looks, that place that takes place in Greece. This looks like an ancient font."
Yes, that would probably be exactly what somebody thought. You want to ship in a bottle?
No,
Or how about a 5-piece Crystal Skull whiskey set?
is Dan Aykroyd involved?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I guess that's
If he
vodka.
was involved, it would be much more screaming vodka. Yeah, so Disney Springs. I was out here yesterday for Kendra Scott, the jewelry designer. She did a nice presentation on the waterside stage. Definitely head over to our YouTube and check that out. And she started a new line that is exclusive to here right now, and it's
She started
exclusive
New
to the
Line.
no, no, no.
Oh,
Uh, but it is parks related. It has the castles. Um, really, really nice line. I was impressed by it. It's one of those things like I'm glad that I don't wear jewelry, nor do I know anybody that does wear jewelry. That way I don't have to buy jewelry, but it was very pretty. Okay, we need to find a Mickey and Friends shirt. Got it.
boom. Those are simple.
Yeah, I like
Not a
those.
bad one.
They're the um
That Made for Mayhem one still baffles me.
yeah, the new shirts are all, the designs are thankfully very new and different. Like the castle in front of the D, that's not just another recycled Walt Disney World one. Okay, wait, I think I found the ultimate Mickey and Friends shirt. There we go.
That's cute. Yeah, that definitely reminds me of the 90s.
It is still Christmas here in the world of Disney. I'm not going to walk too deep into this because I know that this could be a giant black hole. Um,
Not a
but
Star Wars, a black hole.
haha, this like train is new this year, and it's just a giant prop. Like they put some of the toys on it, but no reason for it other than just to be cool. Somehow I'm guessing because yesterday the pearl pink spirit jersey took up that rack, and it looked like it was flying off the rack when I was there, and I do not see it here. So
Why?
hopefully, if you wanted that pearl pink, which is a pink spirit jersey with Walt Disney World written on the back, but a pearl accent on it. So it was really like I was standing there taking pictures. And as I was taking pictures, people were trying to grab the shirt I was taking a picture of.
That's crazy. I mean, it's just another spirit jersey in a slightly different
Yeah.
color.
And they're still playing Christmas music in here.
Are they playing
But it is
Christmas is All Around Me?
what I feel like. Oh, that's weird. They no longer have the Lorcana display in here.
Well, we are getting ready for the big Lorcana presence at the Disney or the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
Yes. Which thankfully it sounds like as the event that I'm going to, um, thank you very much. They will be providing us with the said cards and everything because that was my biggest fear. I remember Mike doing it at DCA and just watching the time and energy it took for him to do that. And I had a fear of like, I have to get there first thing in the morning, rush there, and just do nothing that day except for trade Lorcana cards to try to get a special Lorcana card. So over here is the Kendra Scott pop-up shop. From what I understand, this is only through today for the pop-up
Okay,
shop, but
interesting.
she does have her permanent shop down a little bit further in the stables area.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 5 something or other my time, it's not that busy, which is very nice considering how many times over the Christmas holiday I tried to come down here and felt like I was at the Glendale Galleria during Christmas. That's a
See, I miss when
reference
I could
that
just walk to the Glendale Galleria
yeah,
at Christmas. So I remember one Black Friday, we walked down to the Best Buy, which is at least a couple miles from our apartment. So it wasn't very close. And on the way back, we went to the Galleria and just like looking at the parking lot. I'm like, I'm so glad we were able to walk here, not deal with this.
yeah. Those of you who don't know, Glendale Galleria was the measuring stick for how bad the Christmas shopping was going to be. You could spend anywhere from an hour to 3 hours trying to find a parking spot in there.
Yeah. But at least that's because it was free though. At the Americana, you have to pay.
Yeah.
So that's why real ones park at Galleria and then walk across the street.
I also feel like I never walk this way on the walk and talks. It's usually just a circle. So it's nice that I'm cutting this way. So we'll see the former sprinkles and then, of course, the mystery shop. Dun, dun, dun. So where else do you like to eat down here at Disney Springs, Kyle?
Um, I mean, it's been a while. I've been to Boathouse. That was very good. As far as like my quick service ones, Blaze, we do that. Then Earl, of course.
Hmm.
Trying to think of I'm a big takeout person, especially as I'm working most of the time, so I don't have a lot of time. So anything I can mobile order and take out. So I guess the answer there would be Chicken Guy, which we talked last time about. Last time you had a walk and talk from Springs, we talked about
Yeah.
how you can mobile order and how you cut that line outside of the store.
Yeah. Which is definitely a savior.
I know
So
that rock work was always like that, but because it's closed, it just looks like run down all of a sudden. You're like, oh no, what's happening? It's just fading away.
dun dun dun.
Such a sad day.
But it's just closed for
Not that sad.
today.
Yeah. It's closed today. Sorry for any inconvenience. I like when they have closed venues and then they refer you to something that's completely different that just
Yes.
happens to be in like a similar area. Like
You
Sprinkles is
may
closed. Try Blaze
enjoy
Pizza.
this.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Not like Gideon's, kind of
Yeah.
the same ish feel, but okay. So let's sit and just get a beautiful view. Of course, the sun is gonna. There we go.
That is lovely. I've never had Morimoto Asia here, but I have had the Morimoto at the hotel that I'm currently staying at. And so if it's anything similar, I think that's good.
Yeah, Morimoto is always a good spot. I was actually just talking with a friend about that who's never eaten there. And I was like, that is, I feel like Morimoto is kind of the signature dining of Disney Springs. I mean, there's tons of other places, but Morimoto is the icon. And since they took out that rotating dance floor, it's just not as fun in there anymore.
I didn't know if they ever had a rotating dance floor.
So that building used to be the Mannequin Dance Palace when it was Pleasure
Okay.
Island with the rotating dance floor.
Okay. See, so Pleasure Island, I never went there because I was too young for it. And then, but I remember seeing like trip planning videos, or actually not even trip planning videos. I don't even know what you'd call them exactly, but I remember hearing about Pleasure Island on a plane back when there was just the screen over every third row or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
so it would show a movie and then just show random programming, and some of the random programming was about Walt Disney World, and they talked about Pleasure Island. And I remember thinking at the time, as someone who was scared of the movie Pinocchio, being like, why would they name a part of Walt Disney World after a place that's like so like sinful and you turn into a donkey in the movie? So anyway, needless to
Can I
say,
get
it
one
did
of
not
those?
appeal to me.
Thank you very much. Okay, breaking news. There's hardly a line for Gideon. So if you're
I
in,
don't know if I'd say hardly. I know that you're being serious, but it is kind
yeah,
of funny that is considered hardly a line.
yeah,
All these years
considering,
later, too. It's not like the when a new Chick-fil-A opens and the line's like around the block. This
yeah,
has been there for years.
I still enjoy Gideon's, but it is definitely one of those. I, there was always the joke of when it opened that you could drive to the other location, which doesn't have a line at all because it's not Disney Springs. Um, and by the time you got there, it'd be sooner than you could wait in line here. Now I understand that as, yeah, I would do that, but I Gideon's is just something I eat every now and then. Although
Ooh,
banana
banana
box
box
pie
pie
cookie.
cookie. Let me read that. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I
banana
do like
nitro cold brew.
the coffee cake one is really good.
I've never had a bad cookie there. I mean, that statement's kind of impossible to not be true of having a bad cookie. But Gideon's like every time I go there, I'll go there with something in mind, and then I'll end up going away like three other cookies, and definitely gotten sugar highs. When D23 does events like movie screens, every now and then they'll team with Gideon's and create a special cookie. And those are usually like, if I get those before the movie, they're done before the movie even starts. If I get them afterwards, by the time I'm to my car, it's done.
Gotta have it, really need it to get by. What movie am I
So
referencing, Jeremiah?
I could not hear you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What,
I said
what
gotta
movie
have
was
it,
it?
really need it to get by.
Oh, I do
Sugar
not
High.
know. Ah, oh,
That's Empire Records.
is it what's his name day?
Rex Manning Day? No, it's well, actually, you know what's funny? No, it's not. But so I don't remember when they actually celebrate Rex Manning Day, but I always thought it should be like February 6th because there's a reference to 1:37 p.m. So I thought that if you took January and then there's 31 days, so then 6 days into. But let me see when they actually celebrate Rex Manning Day.
So while Kyle is looking that up,
April
this
8th.
yeah, I just know when I wake up and everybody has it posted. I'm like, okay, I yeah, I love the made up holidays that we've all created over the years. So back to this shop. This used to be the Art of Shaving, which it dumbfounded me from day one that they would have this at Disney Springs. I know that it used to be at the Florida Mall, so it was always a draw, and they tried to make this the equivalent of Florida Mall to draw people here, but it's been closed for a couple of years now. But these window decals, which you can't really see because of the sun, popped up a few days ago. That is very Gideon's feel. So we'll be watching this as it goes to see if something does take the place of it that is an expansion of Gideon's.
Yeah, very
Pros?
interesting. Or they could have an updated NBA experience these days and call it the Art of Shaving Points.
Oh, oh, okay. Uh, Said perfectly from somebody who's in Las Vegas. Um,
Yeah, but Las Vegas is everywhere now.
yeah. Um, yeah, so we're crossing over. We're in the landing. This was former Pleasure Island. That location right there, the Edison, was my home. Every time I'd be here, that was where the Adventures Club was. And my normal pattern was to watch Illuminations, go out, hop in a taxi, yes, a taxi, and come down here and go to the Adventures Club, which would close at 1. And I would stay there until it closed. And I had friends that were in the cast, and oftentimes we'd go out to eat after that and hang out. It was, yeah, the good old
Steak
days
and
of
Shake.
vacation. Miller's Ale House mostly.
Okay. It was either
Oh,
Steak and Shake or Perkins, and yet it was the third one.
yeah.
These are fancy cast members. If it was regular cast members, they'd be one of those two.
Yes. No, 2 o'clock at Miller's Ale House was, bar would be closing on last call, but you can get some good food still. Speaking of good food, I'm just smelling the pizza from Pizza Ponte. That may be where I double back to after I get done with this.
I might have to try that when I'm there. That's another one I've never been to.
That is one of those, the pizza slice is as big as your head.
I like that. Now we're coming up to my side of the town where the Starbucks is, where sometimes when I arrive in Orlando and don't have a hotel room yet, I chill at the Starbucks and do
Yeah.
my work.
Well, let's pop into Disney style, see if there's anything new in there. And we're kind of in that in-between point where Christmas is moving out and all the new stuff is moving in, like the Valentine stuff. Oh, is Al talking to us again?
Al says that as a computer program, they have no taste buds, but is also a big fan of Pizza Ponte.
Yes. Let's see. Yep, still Christmassy in here. That's actually a pretty good deal.
That's a pretty good deal. That's $17 off.
Plus an AP discount. That's the way to go.
Can I tell you, I bought, not Disney related, but I bought a new hoodie for my travels, and I tried it out yesterday during my flights. It
Mhm.
has a built-in eye shade.
Oh, I've seen those.
It actually worked surprisingly well. I thought it'd be more gimmicky and wouldn't really work, but no, it's got like a nice snugness on the eye mask, and it was effective. And had some hidden pockets that were perfect for like my AirPods and my boarding pass. I quite enjoyed it. It's
I'm
a
sorry,
little
did you say
oversized, but otherwise
boarding
I liked it.
pass? What's a boarding pass?
Dude, I'm old. I need to get a physical boarding pass. Even though I download the mobile one as a backup, I need to print a physical one. I'm not dealing with, you know, I'm going to be the guy who gets in line, and then as soon as it's my turn, my screen's going to go off, and then I'm going to feel like an idiot. So I need a physical boarding pass that I could scan. Just like when I got to the hotel today, even though I had a mobile key, I went and printed a real key.
I agree with the hotel key. And I have definitely been that guy where I'm walking up, I'm like, okay, there it is. And then, the person in front of me has a 5-minute delay for something. And then when I go to scan, it's black. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Yep. Nikki says a hoodie for the casino, or you bought it. Yes, I bought it. And that is an inside joke. I'll send you the video, Jeremiah. But yeah, I think I found it on Instagram where I find all my things. But because I have a site where I review travel products once in a while, I can justify stupid things. And it turned out to be not so stupid. I liked it.
Is that the next party, the not so stupid parties?
Dude, why? That should be what Laughing Place has. Laughing Place Not So Stupid Party.
That's
Write it down.
yeah.
Members, we're going to have a not so stupid party.
But sadly, it's us. So that would be the exact opposite. Oh,
Well,
you need to try Summer House, Kyle. Like, this is one of those places that
that's where
when
cookies.
the cookies are okay, but I had a Cobb salad here that was so big, and like I had to take some of it home. So fresh. It is a great place. And usually it's not too busy.
But Jeremiah, you don't win friends with salad.
Shall we go to the signature candle shop?
Does it still smell like cigars?
No, that was the first thing I did when it opened. And I made the statement that it had to be a candle shop or something to go in there because
Yeah.
the smell of that's been there for, by that time, it was almost like 25 years.
At this hotel, when I walked in, and actually it's still on because I haven't changed it, there's like a fire, like almost like a Yule log playing on the TV, and I could swear that there was almost like an evergreen scent, and then I keep smelling it. I don't know if it's like actually being pumped out from somewhere or if it's just something they sprayed before like I got in the room, but I thought that was
Just
weird.
your subconscious.
Could be.
Okay. All of these flavors sound really good.
Oh yeah.
Peanut butter
Banana
brittle
foster.
caramel fudge. Oh, those are also vegan. Sorry, I can't eat that. I'm vegan intolerant.
For the event that I'm going to in Florida, Benji asked, he's like, "Oh, they're asking if you have any food or dietary restrictions," and I'm like, none that actually qualify. I'm just picky, so I guess say no. But
Yeah, you need to look at the eat menu because it's an
I'm
Indian
sure they have a
fusion.
butter chicken with basmati. I'm sure that'll be great.
Yeah, and I don't think the butter chicken is the poutine, but they have a poutine that has something on it, like, and the flatbreads and everything. It's just like I could eat there every day.
Now I can drink milk every day.
So now we're getting towards the end of the west side,
With
and
fade.
um, this is something that we should all be looking forward to because it's coming this year. We just don't have any further details of level 99. And
As we
I,
as we approach this, I also want to mention this is where I went and decided I was going to walk to Saratoga Springs this way, which you can do. It wasn't that bad, except that I got
yeah,
caught in a rainstorm.
well, you definitely can't do that anymore because security is over on the other side. I think no,
Interesting.
actually, you can get out through the parking lot, but you have to go around Drawn to Life. So yesterday, I had the chance to meet Debbie Hart, the new head of Disney Springs, and she was talking about level 99, and she was saying how she, didn't know much about it, much like me, but she went up to DC where they have one, and she said she laughed so hard the entire time she was there because of the challenges and everything you have to do. That could be where we do our not so stupid podcast from.
Actually, I think when you get here later this week, we should go to the Luxor where they have something that seems kind of similar. I think it's called Play. We should try it out and see. Then we can compare it to level 99 when it opens.
I'll have to look that up.
It's it sits in the place where the restaurant was, where we had our after nuptials dinner. So I'm
Huh.
a little bitter at it, but it'd be fun to visit anyway.
The funny thing was the last time I was in Vegas for like anything substantial, I had a flashback to when I was a kid and we went to Circus, of course, because I was a kid. And they had a restaurant there where I actually played bingo. I filled out the card and my mom turned it in and everything. And I was like, where is this restaurant? I walked around for 2 hours trying to find it before we found an employee who had been there for 30 plus years. Like, oh yeah, that closed, but this is where that location was. And he walked me over and it's like this kind of enclosed area and you can see, oh yeah, that was totally the restaurant.
Hold on one
Uh,
second, Jeremiah. We have breaking news.
oh no.
Yeah, hold on. Share screen. All right. Starting January 8th, pink milk will be served at the milk stand in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge
What is pink
at
milk?
Disneyland.
Oh, come
It
on.
doesn't say. It just says pink milk. Let me check the Disney Eats Instagram, see if that says anything more than that. If I could spell Disney Eats correctly, that would be helpful.
I mean, I don't mind blue milk. I think green milk tastes a little bit better, but I do want that Jiminy Cricket sipper.
It does not say anything more.
Okay. So is Mike going on January 8th to try blue milk that he probably can't have?
I don't know. We'll see. Might anyway. I mean, it sounds like January 8th is the next big day with the Jiminy Sipper and the Alice whatever bottle topper coming out that day.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Jeremiah, is that it for us? Is that
That is
have we
it.
reached the end of the road?
Yeah,
Can't
we
carry
are
on?
literally at the exact opposite end. City Works, for those of you who have never eaten there, great restaurant, some
I sure hope
amazing
it do.
desserts. And then, of course, House of Blues with some live music. And then behind us, this is something that if I had known you were going to be out here, Kyle, I would have tried to get you tickets to see the Cirque du Soleil Drawn
I'm
to Life.
Yeah, I'm only there for a very limited time, so
Yeah.
maybe again in the future.
In another 5 years.
I'm trying to think. I've seen 3 Cirque shows technically, but one of them was Mad Apple, which really like barely counts. Another one was Avatar, which also should partially count. So really, I've seen two Cirque shows.
I've seen, I think my number was four. And I had the distinct, I, I wear it as a badge of honor. I've fallen asleep in all four of those shows. Most of the time it's because I'm traveling and I decide to go see it the night I arrive. But I've also seen, and this is nothing against Drawn to Life, but I've seen Drawn to Life. I think I'm at 5 times now.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, it's a beautiful show. Love it. But it they change up some of the acts, but not enough for the fifth time to be like, oh, this is so amazing. Now I'm smelling city work. So yeah, I'm gonna need food.
Well, thank you all for joining us. I'm going to do a quick program update for tomorrow because let me tell you, it's going to be a blockbuster day. You've heard of Three Show Tuesday. You may have occasionally seen Four Show Tuesday, but tomorrow we're looking at a five show Tuesday. It starts off at 9:30. Doobie and I will be joined by Becky from Mouse Fan Travel on the Disney Morning Show. Then at 11, Rebecca and Mike are going to be doing Who's the Boss live. 1 o'clock, we're bringing, well, this it's kind of a return, but really it's a new show altogether. TV Talk. I know Alex will be a part of that. I don't know who else is, but that's going to be at 1 o'clock. And then we have Barely Necessities at 4 o'clock and Disney Trivia Live at 7:30. So ring the bell and subscribe so you know whenever we go live. And thanks for joining me, Jeremiah. And we'll see everyone
Thank
real
you.
soon. Bye.